And here we are, it's a feel-good Friday. Hey! Mike here from musicradiocreative.com, getting ready to go in just under 7 minutes from now. Creepy Halloween jingles. Woo-hoo. Can't wait for this one. Really excited to get going on this one. Thank you if you're tuning in early to the live stream, if you're in nice and early, and I can see many of you already in on the chat, getting involved in that, which is always great to see. Really excites me to see that some of the moderators also have nicknames for each other, such as David Silk calling David Hunter Huntman, and David Hunter calling David Silk Silky Smooth. Welcome along. Ule there as well. All the moderators in right now. Lots of moderators in the chat. But don't be afraid to step up and say hello yourself. Let me know who you are in the chat and where you are tuning in from. And of course, if you're watching here on the replay, fast forward 5 minutes 55 seconds, and you can get straight to the content. And I'd be delighted to see you right there in the content, getting going and going for it. I see Rovigo55, my friend Renato from Italy is there. Nice to see you, Rovigo55. Nurlan, greetings from Kazakhstan. Wow. And yes, we do need a nickname for Ule as well. Anyone got a good idea? Let's suggest it in the comments now. Woody27271, afternoon to you. Thank you for switching on to this live stream. Getting into the action in 5 minutes. You're in sunny Maidstone in Kent. Wow, the county town of Kent. Wonderful. Good to have you watching the stream today. Just enough time to let your friends know that we're going live in 5 minutes. So if you think anyone else would enjoy this stream, please do go ahead and share it now. You know, David Hunter got there just before I did. That's a good idea. We could call Ule Ole, 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 Ole. Couldn't we? We could. That's more of a chant though, rather than a nickname. Good one, David Hunter. Tim Redmond's there. Hey, nice to see you, Tim. Daniel as well. Hello from Tel Aviv, Israel. Nice to have you tuning in. Cyber Larson, good morning to you. Nice. Do make yourself known if you're here in the chat. It's always nice to see who's watching and, of course, where you are watching from. Be featuring some of your questions and some of your chats on the show today, so do get typing. And Joe's here. Wow! We've pretty much got a full house here. Joe Salmi, one of the moderators, tuning in. We just need Isabella in, and we've got a full moderator house today, which will be amazing. Daniel Matalon as well. You're going to call me today. Fantastic. Please do. Yes, just before we go live, you can always call. The phone line opens at exactly 2 o'clock UK time and closes at 3 p.m. UK time when we're off air. And Isabella's in the full house. If you want to call the show today, +1 415 800 1055. Get it on speed dial so you can just call in whenever you like. +1 415 800 1055. It's like a call to the United States, so do check how much it's going to cost before dialing, especially if you're on a costly mobile plan that's going to charge you for calling the United States, so just be aware of that. Nice to see the mods in the house. Here we go then, very exciting. By the way, if you haven't done so already and you're tuning in now getting ready for the show and you're wondering what you can do in the next couple of minutes before we get going, I would suggest, if you haven't done so already, go to mrc.fm/win. Really exciting prize from Adobe. You can win a 3-month subscription to the All Apps plan of the Creative Cloud. If you've not yet felt the power of the Creative Cloud, that's Adobe Audition, Photoshop, Illustrator, InDesign, Dreamweaver, Muse, and loads more apps, just apps that we use every day, really. They're part of the framework here at Music Radio Creative. 3 free months, whether you're a subscriber or not. If you're a subscriber, we'll give you 3 months. If you're not, we'll activate you an account and get you into the Creative Cloud. And just a little tip, if you have already entered, you can still go back to that URL, and there's a bonus click that you can do every single day that this contest runs to get yourself another entry. So it's worth doing that, even if you did enter yesterday. mrc.fm/win. Contest is open now for another 6 or so days. mrc.fm/win is the place to go. Let me check up on David Silk. You're pending on joining our Facebook group. Crikey, loads of you wanting to join the Facebook group, which is fantastic recently. Facebook.com/groups/Music Radio Creative. David, yes, I can see you there. Oh, 5 new requests in the last few hours. Let me go and check them. So we got David. You are approved, David. Daniel is approved. Justin is approved. Sarah is approved. And Alexander is approved. I've just gone in and hit approve on all of those. Do have other moderators there. Sometimes it takes a little while. Nice to see you, Paige. Looking forward to another spooky show. Ross on air is there. Hello, Ross. KGI4, greetings from Scandinavia. Daniel, TFN Video, Mr. Mega Radio UK. Get ready for the show. Here we go.
Testing the left speaker. Left. Testing the right speaker. Right. Testing phaser. All frequency sweep. Stand by
for Music Radio Creative Live with Mike Russell.
MRC Live. Music Radio Creative Live.
With Mike Russell.
Starting in 30 seconds.
Can you believe it's Friday already? Oh my goodness me, and a very spooky greeting to you, my friend. Welcome to the show, and we do have a live phone-in number. So I always love that. If you want to give us a call, call this number.
415-800-1055.
Add +1 if you're outside the United States. Check how much it's going to cost before making the call, of course.
MusicRadioCreative.com.
Shall we do it? Let's do it. Here we go.
Your audio production hour starts now. MusicRadioCreative.com.
Oh, yes, it does.
Monday to Friday live.
I can see that Paul Orr is scared already. Welcome to the show, Paul Orr. So we're getting going making creepy jingles today. You might already have some jingles in your portfolio you want to remix. I'll show you some of that in this show.
This is Mike Russell from MusicRadioCreative.com.
It's a jingle mash. Right, get your comments in. I'll be featuring some of them during the show. So wherever you're watching, we can pull in comments and put them on the screen if you're watching on YouTube, on Facebook, or on Twitch. So please do get those comments in. And if you are interested, by the way, in some one-on-one audio coaching, it doesn't matter if you want to learn more about Adobe Audition, I'd be delighted to do that. But I like to believe that I'm DAW agnostic in a way. So anything that's performed in one audio editor can easily translate to Pro Tools or to Ableton or whatever, or Logic. I'll be using a bit of Logic in this show. And if you'd like to get some coaching with me for the month of October, making a few slots available to do some one-on-one coaching. Already done some and really enjoyed it. And I would love to help you to up your audio production game. Go to mrc.fm/coaching to get involved in that. mrc.fm/coaching, and you and I, we can have some one-on-one time. So that'd be really, really fantastic. Right, let's get straight over into Adobe Audition CC 2017. I really want to see the number 2018 up there on my title bar. I've got a feeling it's coming before the end of the year. No, I know it's coming before the end of the year. Really exciting new features that I'm going to be excited to show off when they're available. So what are we going to do? We're going to drag in some content. Now, I've got lots of stuff here. Dark Production Tools and Royalty-Free Halloween are two libraries that we actually have on our website at musicradiocreative.com. Let me just have a listen on preview to some of these. Whoa, real scary stuff. Dark imaging. This is actually one of my favourite Halloween imaging toolboxes. Let's have a listen to some of this stuff as well.
Happy Halloween!
Whoa. Created by my friend Ryan Leninger at One Wolf Productions. Like I say, it is available at musicradiocreative.com to purchase. Lots of chains there as the icon. And you'll see the price. You can get it in your currency. And if you use the coupon code MRCLIVE, that's MRCLIVE when you check out at musicradiocreative.com for the 10% off these kind of things.
Knock, knock. Trick or treat.
So I'm going to be using some of the Dark Production tools in the production that I'm going to demonstrate to you today. Let's grab all of those impacts because they're really deadly scary. And then I was going to grab some vocals, let's have a listen to the ad-libs here. What have we got on this track? We could use that, couldn't we? Or this is the Music Radio Creative Nike theme here playing. But we could go to vocals for Iris. What have we got here? Oh, we got Chance. Let's have a listen to this.
Whoa, 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 whoa.
Let's go with that because there's quite a lot of chanting going on there. So we'll bring in the Iris chants, which go obviously with the Music Radio Creative Iris jingle. Iris, MRC Iris. Let's bring all of those chants and vocals in. I'm just going to create actually some new tracks to pop them on. Let's click Alt or Option A a few times, track 1, 2, 3, and we'll just label those tracks up so we got them sorted out. So we've got dry vocal, we have got chants, dry, and we've got, what's this? Ad-lib 2. To dry. There we go. You can make them different colours if you want. Let's have a nice yellow there. Oh, beautiful. Okay. So obviously we're going to choose what we're going to mix there. And what have we got?
Create.
Oh, Music Radio Creative.
MusicRadioCreative.com.
Now I'm going to cut off the first bit, which says...
Your audio production hour starts now.
I'm going to cut that off, and I'm just going to make it into... Say this was the station name or your podcast name or whatever, or your DJ name, and you wanted to edit a jingle, you can just, if you've got the acapella, and we always provide acapellas, by the way, when we produce sung jingles, you can just... MusicRadioCreative.com. You can then bring it into a DAW and have a mess. I was thinking of using a plugin that I was demonstrating yesterday on this from Waves Audio. Let's have a look for it. Where is it now? Never remember where it is when you need it. Would it be in modulation? No. Filter? Effect. It must be an effect. I am looking for Morphoda from Waves. There it is. Under modulation, Morphoda. There are some really dark presets you can use on Morphoda to sort of add a dark atmospheric sound. Let's go for Dark Shadow first of all. Now that kind of cuts it off. Hang on, Ogre. Breathy. Let's try that. So we can do some wacky stuff with it here. We've got Robbie the Robot. Really, really cool stuff. What was Dark Shadow again? MusicRadioCreative.com. And you hear that kind of dark shadow in the background. Then I was going to drag in a few sound effects as well. Let's just get a few of these in. Got lots and lots of thunderclaps on call here. Let's pop them in. And scary metal, why not? Scary metal. And a bit of howling polar wind would also go down very nicely. So let's grab all of that, see what we can do and how we can use these. Right, Right, so we've got something like this.
.com.
Nice. And we've got this. Oh, that's scratchy, isn't it? Let's move that out of the way for the moment. Windy stuff here. Again, going down here.
Creative.com.
So we're going to put some wind and some thunder into this jingle. But you ask, well, hang on a second. We need really music to go along with this as well. And yes, you're absolutely right, we do. Let's go over to Logic for a moment. And I'm going to drag in the stems to... What am I working with again? Music Radio Creative Iris theme. Okay, so we'll go over here. I happen to have the stems. I'm going to show you something that I thought this was black magic when I first noticed that you could do this in editors like Logic, and I think Melodyne and any tuning kind of audio editors will do this. I really think this is very clever. So you drag in the stems of a jingle or of the instruments you've been working with, create new tracks here. I mean, actually, I'll delete that default patch up there. So we've got the drums, we've got the bass, the plug synths, the piano, stab synths, wobble synth, and FX. All together, it sounds like the MRC Iris jingle. But then we can obviously isolate stuff like we've got the plug synths. Oh, yes. So that's the bass. Brilliant. And so if you've got stems of a jingle you're working with or you're playing with, what you can do is up here in Logic, you can show or hide flex. And flex is kind of pitch shifting and moving things around and changing the timings of things. And what you want to do is now it'll pop down. You see when I click that, it'll just pop down these options here. And you can go into anything you want. So at the moment it's flex time monophonic. But if I go to flex pitch, like that, oh look, lots of things suddenly appear. Double click this to bring up the bigger waveform here, and you'll notice that it seems to have pretty accurately identified the notes of the bass playing on that particular stem of the jingle. Now this is the black magic option that I think's really cool. Go into Edit down here, create MIDI track from flex pitch data. Boom! Oh my goodness! Just generated a MIDI track now out of that bass. So now this is by default, it's an electric piano. Pretty close to the original, I think you'll agree. And that's MIDI data. Bring in the original, there it is. And then the one that we copied, which is in MIDI. Cool stuff, isn't it? So what I'm going to do is now, obviously when you've got the MIDI data, look here's all the MIDI data, see running behind my head there. It's even brought in velocity data, which I find stunning. Really, really good stuff. It's obviously now we can go and have some fun and we can kind of spook this up a bit for Halloween. So I was thinking maybe orchestral. And we were playing with strings yesterday, weren't we, on the live stream? So let's go in there and choose cinema strings, which kind of gave us this feel. You remember this? Whoa. Cool stuff. And I could go in and I could actually make this even more horrific by going into tremolo. Let's have a listen to how that sounds. Turn the reverb up a bit. And then let's bring it into the mix. I'm just going to bring it into the mix with the drums at the moment. So we already start to have the feel that we're creating a jingle that has more of a spooky feel to it. What else? What other options have we got here? Just before I go and look at your comments, let's have a go at messing about with the flex data here. Turn on flex, and we want to get the flex pitch data. There it all is, and then again convert this to a MIDI track. I may as well mute out any track that I've already converted so that we don't risk bringing it back into the mix. Not the stab synths. What are we looking for here? Piano off, and we'll go for this. Now, it's not always that accurate, but it will give you a feel of things. And another thing I really like here is synthesizer soundscape. If you want to really bring in some spooky stuff, have a listen to some of these presets. Start to bring it back in with the beat. Just sound that very subtle. And let's have a look at this one here. What have we got here? Oh, I know what I wanted to use. It's actually this one. This is what I wanted. Let's make that flex pitch as well. And double click into it. So we get it displaying below. Come on. Like that. Perfect. And then edit, convert MIDI track. Okay, brilliant. Off and then on. So you see, sometimes it doesn't quite get the MIDI data correct, and you can obviously have a play with it and try and get it spot on. But I think for a translator from waveform to MIDI, you can't really beat this kind of technology. Now I'm going to change that to, let's have a look, orchestral pipe organ. That's pretty Halloweeny, isn't it, using a pipe organ? Let's go for a Baroque organ. Tell you what, I'm getting scared already just playing with this. Let's wait for the organ to come back in. Maybe bring a few more instruments in as well while we're at it. Let's just see whether we can find a scarier organ here. That's a Baroque organ, bass organ, cathedral organ. That might be it. Let's grab what we got so far. This. We're going to bring anything else in. Maybe we'll bring the pluck synths in as well. Turn them down a bit. All right, I'm gonna have a mess with that now. Let's get that out. Then I'm gonna go and look at the comments and bring this over into Adobe Audition and continue with the work. So let's take all tracks as audio files. Now I wonder if that's just gonna give me the ones that I've got on solo at the moment, or if it's gonna give me the whole lot. It'd be nice if it just gives me the ones that I want. All tracks as audio files, and we'll put that in my downloads folder in a new folder called MRC Irish, MRC Irish, Spooky. Create, export, boom, there it goes. Into MRC Irish Spooky. It's given me the whole lot, hasn't it? It's given me everything. That's okay. I can have a play with that once we get back into Audition, my editor of choice, and we're going to probably drag it in down here at the bottom. So that's kind of where we're going. This is the original, by the way. The original jingle. So, let's take a look at some of those wonderful questions and answers that are coming in. As I always like to mention as many as I possibly can. What have we got here? David Hunter has just signed up to the Facebook group, or Facebook page. Well, thank you very much. Really appreciate it. Hello to Paul Anthony, nice to have you there. Daniel Matalon as well. Tim Redmond is saying happy Friday.
Your audio production hour starts now. MusicRadioCreative.com.
Oh, it appears that not many of you knew that the Music Radio Creative Facebook group existed. Joe has just signed up as well. Yes, facebook.com/groups/Music Radio Creative. Yeah, it's well worth getting in there if you're on Facebook. You get... Ross on air needs approving. It's amazing. Sorry, I didn't know that you didn't already know about this. As I can see, plenty of you did not know about it. Ross is wondering what bed I'm using. It is the Music Radio Creative Iris theme, and we have that here at Music Radio Creative. If you're interested, definitely get in touch. Would love to hear from you. So what else have we got at the moment happening in the chat? Let's say hello to some of these questions. Ule, Audition CC 2018 is coming at the end of this month. Shock horror! Really? Wow! My goodness me! Audition CC 2018. Did you hear that? Is coming by the end of this month, according to Ule here in the chat. And wow, that's amazing. Now, Ule, many of you will know he's a moderator in the community, but also develops extensions for Adobe Audition, which is awesome. So that's fantastic, along with, of course, some new CC apps. Oh, before I go any further, there's a phone call coming in. Hello, Music Radio Creative. You're on the air. Who's this?
Mike, this is Daniel from Israel.
Hey, how you doing?
Okay, what's up, man?
I'm doing really well. Your line is just a little bit glitchy. It's kind of glitching in and out, but I can just about hear you. What are you up to today?
Just watching your show and having a good time, and I have a few questions if it's possible.
Go for it. I will do my very best. Like I say, your line is cutting in and out a tiny bit, but I can just about hear.
Very, very short question. How much time do you invest in those shows? That's one question. What about your background in music and audio, I was wondering. And one must invest so much money in buying those plugins. So how can you go about not investing so much money about the plugins?
All right. Awesome. I think I got most of your questions. So number one was, how much time do I invest in preparing the show? Number two, what is my background in audio production? And number three, what would my opinion be on investing money into audio plugins?
Okay, something like that. Great.
Cool. Okay, I'll let you go because your line is kind of coming in and out, but I'll do my best to answer the questions for you now.
Okay.
Have a good one.
Oh, thank you.
Cheers, bye-bye. So there we go. To answer those questions, wow, gosh, my goodness. A lot of questions there, weren't there? So audio production, first of all, how long do I spend doing this show? Virtually, it takes over my life. At least an hour or two before I go on, I'm kind of looking for ideas and thoughts. And of course, then there's the preparation of getting together the content plan. So I usually plan out what we're going to do on the show at least a month in advance. So yeah, definitely take it really, really seriously. We're nearly planned all the way up till Christmas now, I am pleased to say. Although it will be my last show on the 19th of October next week, taking a short break back in November, on the 1st of November, and then we're going all the way up till Christmas, which should be pretty good. My background in audio all started in radio. In fact, before radio, I was producing in my bedroom. I remember when I bought my first mixing desk from Tandy Electronics on the high street in Tunbridge Wells, and then worked my way through the radio industry. I mean, you can see much of this, I'm sure, online, but I've worked for stations such as Capital FM in London, TalkSport, BRMB, the Guardian Media Group up in Manchester. Worked on the other side of the world in Australia as a radio host and producer there, and yeah, been travelled, been privileged to work for some really great radio stations. Started my own podcast in 2012. This has kind of morphed into what you see now, the live stream, and haven't looked back since. So yeah, always been in the audio production world, and Adobe Audition has felt like my home. And in answer to the final question there about audio plugins, I think it's a great idea to put some cash into audio plugins. Although I'd say if you're just getting started, pick an audio editor you really like and get to know the native plugins of that audio editor really well before you start shelling out cash, because once you know what plugins you like to use or what effects you like to use, you'll know where you want to spend your money. For instance, I use a lot of plugins from Waves, I use a lot of plugins from Isotope, and I find that, yes, they do level up my productions, but they wouldn't be as useful to me if I didn't know what everything did on them. So learn about how it all works first, and then definitely you can do some amazing stuff with some plugins. In particular, Waves Tune Lite, Isotope Vocal Synth, absolutely golden, in my opinion. So there we go. What else have we got here in the Q&A section? Ule's already tested Audition CC 2018 and says exciting changes are coming. There you go. Daniel would like to know, where did I get the dark tools from that I'm using in my productions? If you go to musicradiocreative.com, head into the radio section, instant downloads, and I think it's under SFX and music. In the instant download section, you'll find Dark Production Tools and use the coupon code MRC Live for a further 10% off there. Nice to see that Macrobytes is watching over on Twitch. Thank you, Macrobytes, for tuning in over there. So many other great questions I'm going to need to answer at the moment. It's good to see Mr. Mega Radio UK is here as well. Oh, yes, and Ule said, and I'm aware of this, the dynamics effect based on an old one from Premiere Pro is coming in, which includes noise gating that I'm so excited about. I had a Strat Maniac as well, asking how my day's going. It's going rather well. What else have we got? Oh, yeah. Nice one from Ule. I've noticed that the question flagger refuses to flag certain questions, but no, you know how to fix it. That's good. That's good. Thanks so much, Paige, for the kind comment. This is so cool. Sean and Faith, hello to you as well. This guy is awesome. Pointing to himself, says Joe. I love this. This is so much fun. I am really excited. You're right, Tim. I had better get back to some production now. But yes, Mr. Number 112 has correctly noticed that it is indeed Friday the 13th today. We shall say no more about that. By the way, yeah, if you do want to call the live show,
415-800-1055.
that's the number you can call, and it's open to you anytime when you see the live light flashing over my live streams. You can get straight through. So let's go back to where I left off and drag in these stems. I'm just going to drag all of those in at the moment. Oh, maybe the pluck synths as well. Go on then. And we'll drop that all on the master track, which will create me the tracks I need. Let's have a listen to this. Turning down that wind a bit. A bit spooky, a bit of a spook to it, right? And at that point, hang on, wait for it, here it comes. Oh, crazy and spooky if you ask me. Oh, so much thunder and lightning in here. Just going to play with a vocal synth on this. Let's play with different effects. Go all Daft Punk on you today. Let's go to CompuVox. That's quite cool, isn't it? Let's bring the talkbox in too. That wind is getting a little annoying. There's a frequency I really don't like in that howling wind. It's a good effect for Halloween, but we just need to probably play with parametric EQ, flatline it, and have a listen on solo. There's just a whistling... Yeah, there it is. Right there. Can you see the peak there? Let's zoom in and find that annoying frequency that we want to eliminate. And let's just drag one of these down. Better. Much better. You hear that? There it is. Oh, right there, yeah. eliminate that. And we can probably do with, if we go here to the cue width, we can kind of sharpen that up because we don't need to take everything out. Let's play it again. There we go. That's just going to stop that wind becoming annoying. Let's go back out and have another listen to what we've got here. Organ needs some reverb to make it sound a bit spooky. Otherwise, it sounds like it's in a cathedral, really, doesn't it? It doesn't sound... Right, here we go. So here's our... There's our organ, and we're going to go to... Where are we going to go? Reverb from Waves. H reverb. By the way, if you're interested in getting any Waves plugins, I use them regularly. You can head over to mrc.fm/waves. That'll give you a 10% discount voucher to go and use on anything, whether you're buying a bundle or just something on its own. Let's go for Dynamic Call. We could probably make it a little wetter. What else have we got here? Let's have a look at some of these wonderful presets that we've got here. Large Hall, let's try that. Look at the decay on that. And I was thinking about doubling up that musicradiocreative.com. Let's bring that to a new track. And let's go with the modulation effect again, Waves, Morph Odor. And we'll go for Ogre. So we'll double track this. Hang on, that's not the one I want. Let's go to Ogre. We can go breathy or bunny. What else have we got here? Dark Shadow we've already used. Linger. And let's bring some more thunderclaps in now. Going to lift that vocal up a tiny bit so we can hear it. So much fun and so scary. It's just some of the fun that you can have this Halloween as you mess about with music and kind of have fun. Creating your own Halloweeny style inventions. Now, as Joe Salmi, one of the moderators, correctly says, you can call +1 415 800 1055 if you want to call in and get on live with me during the show when we live stream. TFM Video wonders what's the best Halloween jingle I've ever made. That's a really good question. I like that one.
Audio production and more. This is Mike Russell on musicradiocreative.com.
It has to be anything with a scary voice where I get to pitch shift down. I'm not sure if I can be favoritist to any particular Halloween jingle. Although talking about Halloween jingles that people have made, it's always great to be dipping in and out of the Music Radio Creative community, which you can access at community.musicradiocreative.com. And over here, I can see just recently, Big Voice Jay shared one of his creations with us based on the Adobe Creative Cloud contest we've got running and the fact that I created some sound effects earlier this week on the live stream, and he's kind of used those free sounds that I put up on the community as a post and has come up with this.
You can win a 3-month subscription to Adobe Creative Cloud from Mike Russell. Enter now at mrc.fm/win.
Whoa!
No one was harmed in the filming of this promo. Oh, boy.
Nice, very nice, big voice, Jay, and I like the fact that he used a sound of a slashing knife when he said /win. That's right. It is a contest running right now, mrc.fm/win. If you want a 3-month free subscription to the Adobe Creative Cloud All Apps plan, go to mrc.fm/win right now for your chance to win. So it's great to see your comments coming in as I live stream. Keep them coming in and I will do my very best to mention them. Hi to David Michael Austin, who's watching right now on Facebook Live. Really, really good to have you there. I was talking about pitch shifting voices and making them sound crazy. We did a bit of that already on some of the former tutorials, but let's see if we can tap in maybe some microphone action here and pitch it down. Let's talk about the Adobe Creative Cloud contest over this music bed right now. Hello there, this is Mike Russell from Music Radio Creative, and it's your chance to win a 3-month subscription to the Adobe Creative Cloud. All you need to do is go to mrc.fm/win now for your chance to get in the draw to be a user of Adobe Creative Cloud. mrc.fm/win. And the very best of luck to you. MusicRadioCreative.com. So there's a little bit of me freestyling over the music there. Let's normalize it up so we can see what we're working with here. And obviously, because this is in my Adobe Audition preset template, it'll have some nice processing on it now. Hello there, this is Mike Russell from Music Radio Creative, and it's your chance to win a 3-month subscription to the Adobe Creative Cloud. All you need to do is go to mrc.fm/win now for your chance to get in the draw to be a user of Adobe Creative Cloud. mrc.fm/win. And the very best of luck to you. MusicRadioCreative.com. And I'm going to do what they traditionally do with the laugh from Thriller. Let's just take the scientific filter off this channel and add some studio reverb onto that laugh and turn the wetness up. Luck to you. Now, just here on this channel, I'm adding some studio reverb, and at the moment, I've got lots of wet on the channel and not much dry. I noticed I had a little distortion there as well, so let's just take that off. Running a little hot on my mic. Cut that together, it should sound okay. And let's actually bring that in so it doesn't clash with the sung vocals. So I'm just going to do a little bit of cheeky editing here. Creative Cloud, mrc.fm/win. And the very best of luck to you. Let's actually double track this to make it even scarier. If I double track my voice here, copy down over there, and we're going to pitch shift this as well. So time and pitch shifter. Bring that down a bit. Hello there, this is Mike Russell from Music Radio Creative. Let's route that through the voice effects bus. Hello there, this is Mike Russell from Music. And then down on the voice effects bus, wherever that's gone to, over here we can put some studio reverb on the actual vocals themselves. Not too much. Hello there, this is Mike Russell from Music Radio Creative, and it's your chance to win a 3-month subscription to the Adobe Creative Cloud. And then on the luck to you. We'll just take that and double that up there and double that up there. And I was also going to take it and put a bit of vocal synth on it as well. So let's see what we can come up with here. There we go. So we want to go for isotope vocal synth. And there are some really good presets you can get here. For instance, I had to play with these yesterday. Monsters is a pretty good one. Underrun buffer. triple sub. Lion growl. Really crazy stuff, right? I think we're overloading the the processor just a little bit there. So let's mix down what we got so far and have a listen to that in its entirety. And then very shortly I will go back and mention some more of your comments. So do feel free to get any comments that you would like in, and we'll mention them. Notice this is taking about a minute or so to mix down, which is interesting. Apparently, mix downs and bounces will get up to 400% faster in the next version of Adobe Audition. That I'm watching my clock now, thanks to Ule. He says it's dropping before the end of the month. I know they've got the Adobe Max conference coming up very soon. And often when Adobe have big conferences, they like to drop updates. So keep hitting the refresh button during the weekend of that conference, which I think, when is Adobe Max? I need to look this up now. I know it's in Las Vegas this year. Adobe Max is the creativity conference from Adobe. Here you go. Let's bring it on the screen here. Really, really cool. 18th to the 20th of October. In Las Vegas in Nevada, and they've got a pre-conference thing going on the 16th and the 17th. Now, if I want to place a bet on this, not a betting man, and I have no inside knowledge, by the way, so I don't have a clue, but I would say my birthday is on the 19th of October, which is exciting, and I reckon it might be nice to hit the refresh button on the 18th of October. That's what I'm going to be doing. Yeah, because if history is anything to go by, and it's the same thing as predicting when an Apple iOS update is going to come out, right? It's so exciting. It's like, when's it going to come out? Is it coming out at 6 p.m.? Oh, let's keep hitting refresh until we get the update. But yeah, I mean, historically, what I have seen Adobe do is they drop an update on the start day of the conference, and then they talk about the updates during the conference. So it kind of makes sense. October 18th looks good to me. Like I say, don't know. Don't have any clue, don't have any knowledge on that. But yeah, it'd be nice to have some new toys to play with on my last couple of streams in October. So we'll wait and see what happens. There are going to be some really cool things that obviously will include mixdown times improving. So where were we here? Let's have a listen to this from the start.
Hello there, this is Mike Russell from Music Radio Creative, and it's your chance to win a 3-month subscription to the Adobe Creative Cloud. All you need to do is go to mrc.fm/win now for your chance to get in the draw to be a user of Adobe Creative Cloud. mrc.fm/win, and the very best of luck to you.
MusicRadioCreative.com.
I actually had an evil idea there. I wonder what it would sound like if I totally pitched down. And I noticed that this is not all perfectly mixed in terms of volumes. I often try and do these things fast, rather than getting levels exactly right. Let's just turn that up a little bit. And what I'm going to do is see whether we can pitch this down a little bit, and if it'll sound funny or not. Yeah, we've got a problem with, let's go into the mixer and pre-render a lot of this stuff. So hopefully we don't get such a jumpy CPU. There we go. So what I'm doing here, this is a good trick. If your CPU starts stuttering and coughing when you're doing complex projects, just go in and hit pre-render track on virtually every track in the mixer view. See these lightning bolts? And they'll all turn blue. And what that will mean then is that most of your tracks are being kind of mixed down in the background before you even hit play. It should save you a few CPU cycles. That just sounds weird, doesn't it? That just sounds odd. No, that just sounds wrong and off-key. I thought I'd have a play with it and see how it sounds anyway. So there you go. Lots of stuff you can do with that. In the last little section here, I'm just going to get back to some of your questions in a moment, but I was going to have a play with some of the tools we've got on the website, which include royalty-free Halloween we sell, which is a package of 22 super scary music beds, 21 creepy sound effects and imaging sounds, and also dark production tools that I highly recommend. Really good package of terrifying imaging elements, thanks to One Wolf Productions for contributing that. And if you use the coupon code MRC Live, if you check out on the site musicradiocreative.com, you get a further 10% off those dark production tools. To find them, it's in the radio section, instant downloads, sound effects and music, and you want to click show more here so you can see the full range. I think it's near the bottom. Yeah, there are the Halloween elements that you can use. So yeah, really, really good fun stuff. Let's go over to our Q&A. Thanks to Mr. Mega Radio UK, who loves what I did with the jingle. Yeah, just to recap, if you're just tuning in or you're wondering what on earth has been going on, I've taken the Music Radio Creative Iris theme, kept the drums, but I took the waveforms of each individual stem into Logic Pro and then used flex pitch data to create MIDI tracks. And then with the MIDI tracks, I then decided to choose instruments that were quite Halloween themed, like strings, cinematic strings, and I used an organ. Yeah, that's right, a cathedral organ. And also I used synthesizer soundscape inside Logic Pro, and they got some really scary stuff. In fact, we could go back in there and explore that a little bit more in a moment. But thank you very much. Really appreciate that. Really cool stuff. Thanks for your kind comments, Tim, as well. Really, really cool indeed. David, thank you for the kind comment. Mike Russell on the Isle of Wight's #1 scary station, mrc.fm, says David Hunter there in the background. Wow, amazing stuff. Thank you. Thank you guys for the kind comments. Hassan says, Mike, I do all win, but I don't have a video. What can I do? Can I lose 3 months Creative Cloud or not? Not quite sure what you mean by that. But yeah, to enter the contest, there are multiple ways to enter the Creative Cloud contest, which closes, by the way, on the 19th of October 2017. So you haven't got long. Go to mrc.fm/win. I think Hassan is referring to the fact that to get some entries, you can create your own video about Music Radio Creative. That could be anything. That could just be you talking into the camera for 30 seconds saying, hey, yeah, hello, Music Radio Creative. Anything you think is creative, just go for it. Thank you, Ule, for the encouragement there in the chat. Easy Media is asking, for some reason, I know you can't mark questions in the app we use, which Ule is the fantastic designer of, by the way. But for some reason, when I click Generate Lower Third, it doesn't do it on some questions. I don't know why. Maybe that's the same bug as marking as question. But Easy Media says, why don't you make your own plugins and sell them? It's actually a really good idea, Easy Media. I don't make any plugins at the moment, but if you go to mrc.fm/presets, I've created specific settings, and that mimics exactly the template I use to produce audio inside Adobe Audition. So maybe you'll find that handy. And thanks to Nightbot for reminding us of the wonderful URL to be a winner in that contest with Adobe Creative Cloud, mrc.fm/win. Over on Twitch, Fire Noise says, hello, Mike Russell. I know that Isotope RX includes mouth declick. Do you suggest using this plugin, and is the default settings of the plugin enough? I've not had much experience with Isotope RX, so I can't really comment on that, I'm afraid. Joe says, so basically Mike used a lot of stuff to make great things, which make more awesome sounds that sound great. I love the way you describe that. That's so funny. Even got a laugh from Isabella Russell, who's there in the chat today. Yeah, Joe's also asking, what happens if I already have a Creative Cloud subscription? Can I win an extra 3 months? That's exactly what will happen. Yeah, we'll just hook you in, get your account hooked in with Adobe to get an extra 3 months or 3 months off your bill, or however we can best work it out. But yes, essentially, don't worry, if you already have a subscription, you can still enter and benefit if you win the contest. And Ule's on it. He says it's because of certain characters wreaking havoc on the JavaScript. Oh my goodness me. It's not an erroneous, what was I going to say? An erroneous apostrophe or quotation mark somewhere or curly bracket. Tearing your hair out. But thank you, Ule, for being so on it. Really, really appreciate it. So that's cool. And yeah, Joe says sweet deal, which is nice. What else have we got here? Lots of really, really nice comments. Really, really nice comments. But I think it is time now to get back in and have a little bit of fun for the last 15 or so minutes. So yeah, we played with stems in Adobe Audition. We've done all kinds of spooky stuff. I think it might be good to start a brand new session file, Halloween jingles, and these are going to be more imager jingles. So let's punch in a few voiceovers here from my microphone. Happy Halloween from Music Radio Creative. It's Friday the 13th. It's Halloween. Happy Halloween. Let's take that stuff, normalize so I can see what I'm doing. And let's just trim this up, chop those into different sections here, and let's have a play with some dark production tools. Oh, by the way, while I just find the tools I want to use, I will just remind you that you can always call the show when it's live. If it's not live, don't worry. If you call the number, you'll just get a voicemail answering thing, and you can leave a message for me. So, if you'd like to have a chat in the last 10 minutes, call
415-800-1055.
Remember, add +1 if you're outside the United States, and check before you call to find out how much it's going to cost.
MusicRadioCreative.com.
All right, happy Halloween. Yeah, Halloween is on the way very soon indeed. Let's just spook these up a little bit. So I'm going to drag this to chorus, and I'm going to have this as my pitch-shifted track here. Let's go crazy. Let's make this into a crazy demonic sound using the pitch shifter on the automations here. Let's pitch down like this, and down and up like that. This could really do with a bit of spline curves, couldn't it?
Happy Halloween from Music Radio Creative.
And I did that using that automation there.
Happy Halloween from Music Radio Creative.
What happens if we spline curves? Right-click on a keyframe, spline curves. Ooh.
Happy Halloween from Music Radio Creative.
Much smoother, yeah. Now I've discovered spline curves in the multi-track automations. I'm using them all the time. Much smoother than just having jagged edits there.
Happy Halloween from Music Radio Creative.
Let's drag in some stuff from Dark Production Tools. Really, really good work there from Ryan. He's got his own company called One Wolf Productions, and he's based in Canada, and he's absolutely awesome. And yeah, he produced this wonderful Dark Production Tools, changing the sample rate there a little bit, that we sell on musicradiocreative.com, and it's just, yeah, awesome package for Halloween.
Happy Halloween.
Let's let that effect breathe a little bit.
Happy Halloween.
And, we got a lunatic riser. What does a lunatic riser sound like? Let's have a listen to the lunatic riser. Edit this out of it. Where are we? We're ending in there, so we want that to be like that.
Creative.
Whoa.
Halloween from Happy Halloween from Music Radio Creative. It's Friday the...
Nice. Let's drag those out a little bit. What else shall I use? Let's have a listen to how this sounds. Yeah, we can use that. Let's pop that in. Turn that down.
Happy Halloween. Halloween. Happy Halloween. Happy Halloween from Music Radio Creative.
That's cool, isn't it? So you can really do some fantastic stuff, and really the imaging library you use really does make a difference. Voice chorus here. It's a very simple chorus in my Adobe Audition presets here.
Happy Halloween.
Gives that stereo effect, and then the pitch shift automation I've written on here.
Happy Halloween.
Mix it together with the imaging effects, and you've got a lovely sweeper.
Happy Halloween from Music Radio Creative.
Let's do something else using this.
It's Friday the 13th.
And I'm just going to spline this up a bit like that. It's Friday the 13th. It's Friday the 13th. How appropriate, Friday the 13th in October, just ahead of Halloween, huh? Let's get wipe double threat. That looks quite interesting. Drop that in.
It's Friday the 13th.
Scary. No laugh, no Halloween-style laugh sounds complete without some echo. And some reverb on it. I've noticed I've lost the pitch shift though, so let's keep it on the original track.
The 13th.
And in addition to the echo, I'm going to go in and bring in the studio reverb.
It's Friday the 13th.
Really cool, huh? Really, really scary. Why has that got such long tail and such a long delay? Because in my studio reverb, I've chosen to have 7,241.2 milliseconds of decay, which in layman's terms means around 7.2 seconds of decay. I can even increase it to the max is 10,000, and this is the only reverb effect in the Adobe Audition setup, I believe, that allows you to have such a long decay. That is 10 seconds of decay time. Have a listen to this laugh. In fact, I'll show you visually. If I bounce down that clip, let's go to multi-track, bounce down selected track here. Oh, of course, it's not going to do it because it's only bouncing down the actual track. If I select like that and go bounce down, selected clips in time selection, look at that decay. Wow. And you can see actually here in Spectral that it really does go on for around 10 seconds after it ends. A real long reverb decay. Very nice indeed. Let's go from the start again. Play.
It's Friday the 13th.
There you go. Count to 10, and by the time you reach 10, that reverb will finish. Pretty impressive stuff, isn't it? Long tail reverb is always good for Halloween, I feel. What else have we got here?
It's Halloween.
And let's double that up now with some vocal synth.
Halloween.
Vocal synth or maybe Morphoda. Let's go for Isotope vocal synth. And we'll go for one of their presets here. Drag that open. What we got here? Knife's Edge.
Halloween.
Nice. That's pretty cool, isn't it?
It's Halloween.
Or Dragon Alley.
It's Halloween.
Oh, that's nice. Yeah, I really like that. Let's listen to that on its own.
Halloween.
Nice. And I can take off the scientific filter.
Halloween.
But I quite like the fact scientific filter is essentially rolling off bass. That's all it's doing there. Sounds nice. And we could probably go ahead and use an imaging effect from Dark Production Tools. This is called Soft Claw, this one. Let's give it a whirl and see how it sounds.
It's Halloween.
Not sure how intelligible the word Halloween is there, so I'm just going to try and turn it up a bit.
It's Halloween. It's Halloween.
And finally, we've got this one.
Happy Halloween.
And we can double this up like this.
Happy Halloween.
Maybe double up again. Hang on, I want to move that down to flanger.
Happy Halloween.
Let's just turn that vocal synth effect down.
Happy Halloween.
That really needs to be turned down quite a bit. Let's try again.
Happy Halloween.
And again, we'll put in a wild call there and see how that sounds. Ooh, this is quite a nice one. Let's try it.
Happy Halloween.
Nice. There you go. So just a few jingly ideas and effects that you can place on the voice. So we've done making sung Halloween jingles, creepy jingles, voiceover creepy jingles, using production tools to get the most out of everything. Really has been a whole ton of fun. Just before I get back in and mention a few comments before the end of the show, a few reminders. Obviously, you can find any of the Halloween tools I've been using in instant downloads on the radio section of the site under sound effects and music. Use the coupon code MRCLive when you check out to get a further 10% discount off your order. I would really love for you to have a go at that and see what you think, maybe come up with your own productions. If you're looking for one-on-one coaching, I'd love to be your personal coach for the month of October 2017. Just head over to mrc.fm/coaching. Whatever it is, if you just want to make your voice sound better and get a really awesome preset template set up for you, maybe it's removing annoying noise from some of your productions or simply creating amazing audio and designing your own really fast workflow, I'd totally love to help you do that. mrc.fm/coaching for that. And now, without further ado, let's go back over and mention some more of those wonderful comments that have been coming in during this show. And we got a really interesting one that came in from TFN Video. How old are you? Great question. I was born in the 80s. 1981, baby from 1981. There you go. What else have we got? Oh, so many stuff here. Do you plan to make or know a freelancer website special for voiceover? Oh, I'm not sure what you mean. A freelancer website special for voiceover. That's a good thing. Oh, I mean a special for voiceovers or freelancers.
The audio guru is here. He knows Adobe Auditioning and out and is here to help you out. Mike Russell. I am an audio geek.
I think. Yeah. Sorry, fire noise. I think you're asking me: is there a special, or will there be a special for freelancers? To get voiceovers from musicradiocreative.com. You can always use that coupon, like I say, MRC Live, when you check out to get that. What else have we got here just before the end? Thank you, Joe. Oh, you're very kind. Very kind to say that. Very kind of you indeed. What else have we got? William says, hey, Mike, use the coupon code MRC Live now. Thank you for that. That's very nice. Ule is working on some JavaScript escaping as we speak, which is awesome. Mark Reed says, wow, so cool. And I see David has been handing in some handy tips there on whether it's an escaping issue or not. Wonderful, wonderful stuff. Well, I do think that is all we have time for today. But remember, you can come and join myself and others over in the community. And the address to reach it and continue this conversation, this fantastic geeky conversation about audio, is community.musicradiocreative.com.